Chosen one, there are powers moving behind the scenes that you can't always see, but you can feel their presence pressing into your life. You've been wondering why certain doors closed, why unexpected delays happened, why enemies seemed blocked from advancing against you. These were not random coincidences. They were signals. Signals that something greater, what I call high command, is watching over you. The eyes on you are not ordinary. They are strategic, intentional, and unwavering. And because of that, your protection is not optional. It's non-negotiable. Before I go deeper into this revelation, I want you to pause and stay with this message until the very end. There are insights here meant to strengthen your spirit and confirm what you've always felt but could not explain. And at the end, I invite you to release your most sincere wishes into the comments along with the number 777. This act is not just symbolic. It's alignment, energy, and declaration. It's your way of telling the universe that you are ready to receive what is already moving toward you. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe, because this journey of awakening was meant to find you right now. Now listen closely. When High Command has eyes on you, it changes everything. Attacks that should have broken you fail mysteriously. Plots designed to sabotage you crumble before they reach you. Situations that should have drained you somehow strengthen you. You may not always see the battles being fought on your behalf, but you feel the outcomes. That sudden sense of peace in the middle of chaos, that unexplained survival in the face of danger, that invisible strength rising in your weakness, all of it is evidence that your life is under watch. You are being monitored, guided, and covered in ways that surpass natural explanation. And here's the thing. Protection of this level is not about favoritism. It's about assignment. High Command doesn't place eyes on just anyone. They focus on those whose destinies carry weight, whose missions impact more than themselves. That's why your journey has been so unusual. That's why the storms have been heavier, the battles more intense, the betrayals sharper. Because you carry more, you require more. And with that responsibility comes reinforcement. You are not allowed to be destroyed because too much depends on you. Your survival isn't just for you. It's for every life connected to your purpose. Look back at your story. Remember the near misses, the times you should have failed, the nights you thought it was over. Yet you're still here. That resilience is not normal. That preservation is not luck. That is oversight. You were seen when you thought you were invisible. You were shielded when you thought you were unprotected. You were carried when you thought you were walking alone. And all of it was deliberate. Chosen one, the truth is this. High Command has been watching you all along, and that is why your protection is guaranteed. Chosen one, when High Command has eyes on you, the energy surrounding your life feels different. You've noticed it even when you couldn't explain it, how certain situations that should have destroyed you only pushed you forward, how the enemies who set traps for you fell into them themselves, how the betrayals that should have broken you ended up shaping your strength. This is what happens when your protection is not negotiable. You are not walking unguarded. Every move you make, every step you take, there is oversight that goes beyond the human. And maybe you've asked yourself before, why me? Why does life feel like a constant battle, yet somehow you never fully fall? Why do storms rage against you but leave you standing taller than before? Why do people envy you when you never asked for this spotlight? The answer is simple. You are not ordinary. You've been chosen for an assignment bigger than you, and because of that, High Command cannot allow you to be taken out before your mission is complete. That's why protection around you is non-negotiable. It's sealed. Your life cannot be cut short, your purpose cannot be erased, and your destiny cannot be canceled. Think of the times you thought you were completely alone. Nights where the silence was deafening. Moments where your heart was heavy and your mind was tired. Yet somehow, a spark of strength appeared. A reason to keep going rose up out of nowhere. You might have called it willpower, but it was more than that. It was reinforcement, an unseen hand lifting you when you couldn't lift yourself. That is the evidence of watchful eyes. You were being monitored even in your silence, protected even in your weakness, preserved even in your despair. And here's the truth. Protection does not always look like avoidance. Sometimes it looks like endurance. There are moments where you wonder why you had to face so much pain if you were truly being watched over. But chosen one, your pain was not abandonment. It was training. You were never left alone in those battles. You were being fortified through them. High Command allowed you to face storms not to destroy you, but to build a version of you that cannot be broken. Every trial refined your spirit, sharpened your discernment, and strengthened your resilience. That's why you carry wisdom beyond your years and strength deeper than your scars. Look at the patterns. There were betrayals that pushed you closer to your purpose. There were delays that protected you from stepping into wrong places. There were losses that cleared space for better gains. At the time, it felt like chaos. But now, with hindsight, you can see the design. You can see how the pieces fit together, how every setback was actually set up, how every closed door was actually protection. That is the hand of High Command at work. Careful, precise, always a step ahead. Chosen one, this is why you must stop underestimating yourself. If the highest levels of protection are being assigned to your life, that means your mission carries weight you cannot yet comprehend. You may think you're just surviving, but in truth you're fulfilling a plan far greater than you. Your steps are not random, they are ordered. Your survival is not accidental, it is strategic. And your life is not ordinary, it is essential. That's why your enemies fail. That's why your glow unsettles people. That's why doors open for you that others can't even knock on. It's because you are under a covering that cannot be broken. So as you walk into this season, hold your head higher. You don't have to live in fear of being taken out. You don't have to worry about who plots against you. You don't have to stress about what's next. Why? Because the eyes of High Command are on you. And when their eyes are on you, your protection is not a question. It's a guarantee. Chosen one, when you carry this level of covering, life doesn't move for you the way it moves for others. You've probably noticed it already. Things that work for everyone else somehow fall apart when you try them. Not because you are unlucky, but because you are guided differently. Doors that look wide open to others will slam shut for you, because those doors lead to destruction you cannot afford. Paths that appear safe to the crowd will make you feel restless, because your spirit is not allowed to settle where it doesn't belong. This is what it means when High Command has eyes on you. Your path is guarded, redirected, and reshaped constantly to keep you aligned with the destiny carved for your life. And while this level of protection is a blessing, it can also feel isolating. You've asked yourself, why can't I just live normally? Why can't I blend in like everyone else? Why does everything feel heavier for me? The answer is simple. Your life carries a different weight. You cannot be treated as ordinary because you were never created to be ordinary. The reason the covering around you is so strict is because the consequences of losing you would be too great. Too many lives are tied to yours. Too many futures depend on your survival. Too much impact rests on your shoulders. That's why protection for you is non-negotiable. Remember the times when danger almost reached you but didn't. The accident you narrowly avoided. The wrong decision you almost made but were somehow stopped from making. The relationship that nearly trapped you but collapsed just in time. These moments are proof. Proof that you are monitored closely, that unseen hands are guiding your every move, that no matter how close destruction tries to come, it will not succeed. They may get near, but they will never overtake you. Because chosen one, the eyes on you are too watchful to let you fall. And here's something important. Sometimes protection looks like loss. Think about the people who walked out of your life unexpectedly, the friendships that crumbled without warning, the opportunities that dissolved when you thought you needed them most. In the moment, it hurt. It felt unfair, like rejection, like abandonment. But later, you realized those very things would have drained you, delayed you, or destroyed you. High Command removed them not to harm you, but to preserve you. What left was not meant to stay, and what stayed could not be taken away. This is how divine protection works. It takes away what you think you want in order to give you what you truly need. Chosen one, understand that this level of oversight also attracts attention. People can sense that there's something different about you, even if they can't explain it. Your glow unsettles some, your resilience confuses others, and your presence shifts atmospheres without you even trying. That's because when you walk with this kind of covering, it radiates through you. Enemies notice it and can't understand why their weapons don't work. Strangers notice it and feel drawn to you without reason. Even those who envy you can't deny it. You carry evidence of being watched, guarded, and chosen. But with that comes a challenge. You must learn to trust what you cannot see. There will be moments when the protection feels invisible, when it looks like you're surrounded by threats with no way out. In those moments, your faith must remind you, you are not unguarded. You are not abandoned. Even in silence, the watchful eyes of High Command remain fixed on you. If you are still standing, it is because you are still covered. If you are still breathing, it is because your mission is still alive. Nothing can remove you until what you are meant to do is complete. So, chosen one, walk differently in this knowledge. Stop living as if you are unprotected. Stop fearing every attack as though it has the power to end you. Stop doubting your future as though it is fragile. You are not fragile. You are fortified. You are not exposed. You are covered. And no matter how fierce the storm, no matter how close the enemy, no matter how heavy the weight, your protection is sealed. It is unshakable. It is non-negotiable. And it is yours as long as you are chosen. Chosen one, when High Command places their eyes on you, it is not only about shielding you from harm, it is about positioning you for purpose. Protection alone would keep you safe, but you were not chosen simply to survive. You were chosen to influence, to shift atmospheres, to inspire others, to awaken what is asleep in the people around you. That is why the covering around your life is so strong. It is not just to stop your enemies. It is to ensure your destiny unfolds exactly as it was written. Think back on your journey. Notice how every storm had a purpose. The betrayals that left you questioning your worth ended up teaching you discernment. The losses that broke your heart built resilience that no ordinary person could carry. The isolation that made you feel forgotten was actually the season where your spirit grew sharp and your connection to the unseen became unshakable. Chosen one, none of it was wasted. Every tear, every delay, every battle was part of your preparation. And the reason you were able to come out stronger instead of weaker is because eyes were on you the whole time. You were never left alone to fight by yourself. You may not realize it, but many of the attacks you experienced never reached their full potential. Some of the people who plotted against you thought they had you cornered. They believed their gossip would destroy your reputation. Their betrayal would crush your spirit. Their schemes would derail your progress. But what they didn't know was that every move they made was being watched. High Command saw their intentions before they even acted, and protection was already in place. That's why their weapons failed. That's why their traps didn't work. That's why you're still standing while they are left frustrated and confused. And here is something else. Sometimes protection shows up as sudden redirection. There were moments when you thought you were ready to step into something, but the doors slammed shut. It felt unfair. It felt humiliating. It felt like rejection. But later, you realized that those doors would have led you into disaster. You weren't being rejected. You were being rescued. Your life is so guarded that even your no's are protection. Even your delays are part of a larger plan to keep you aligned with where you truly belong. That is how closely you are watched, how deeply you are valued. Chosen one, many people around you cannot understand why things unfold for you differently. They wonder why you are not destroyed by storms that would crush them. They question why opportunities seem to find you even after setbacks. They whisper about how you manage to glow after so much darkness. What they don't realize is that you are not walking this path alone. You have reinforcement. You have a shield they cannot see. You have eyes on you that will not allow your mission to fail. And because they cannot see it, they cannot explain it. That is why you confuse people. They cannot comprehend a life under such constant protection. And understand this, your protection isn't fragile. It doesn't weaken when you feel tired. It doesn't vanish when you make mistakes. It doesn't disappear when you doubt yourself. High command does not guard you based on perfection. They guard you based on purpose. As long as your destiny is alive, your covering is active. That is why you've survived mistakes that could have destroyed you. That is why you've recovered from seasons that should have ended you. That is why you're still standing when others thought you were finished. Your mission is not complete, and therefore, your protection cannot be removed. So walk boldly in this season, chosen one. Stop apologizing for being preserved. Stop feeling guilty because others fell while you rose. Stop questioning whether you deserve the shield around you. You don't carry this protection because of who you are. It is because of what you were chosen to do. And until that purpose is fulfilled, nothing and no one has the power to destroy you. The eyes of high command are fixed on you. Your protection is sealed. Your destiny is untouchable. And your future is unstoppable. Chosen one. The more you begin to realize the extent of your protection, the more clearly you can see why your life has been different from the very beginning. You have always felt it, even when you couldn't explain it. An unseen hand keeping you from going too far. A sudden stop that didn't make sense at the time. A pull away from people or places that seemed appealing but were secretly dangerous. That was not random chance. That was oversight. High command has always had eyes on you, making sure you would not lose yourself in situations that could destroy the mission inside you. Think back to your childhood. Even then, you knew you weren't like the others. While many of your peers blended into the crowd, you carried a different awareness. You felt energies in rooms they ignored. You sensed when something wasn't right, and you saw through masks that fooled everyone else. At times, it made you feel isolated. You may have even wondered if something was wrong with you. But the truth is, that sensitivity was not weakness. It was evidence of your covering. You were tuned differently because you were being prepared for a path only a chosen one could walk. And chosen one, your enemies have noticed it too, even if they never admitted it. They saw your resilience when you should have been broken. They saw your light when you were surrounded by darkness. They saw your ability to stand tall when life tried to crush you, and it confused them. That confusion often turned into envy, and envy turned into attempts to stop you. But here's the irony. Every attempt to stop you became proof of how unstoppable you really are. Because if you were not a threat, they would not have tried so hard. Their opposition became the loudest confirmation of your assignment. But what they never realized is that they weren't fighting you alone. Every time they spoke against you, every time they schemed against you, every time they tried to block you, their efforts were intercepted by something greater. High command saw their plans before they even moved, and your protection was already positioned. That's why their weapons failed, why their rumors lost power, why their traps turned back on them. You were never left to fight in your own strength. You were backed by forces beyond the human. That is why you always made it through. Chosen one. Sometimes the protection around you works in silence. You don't always see what you've been shielded from. You only feel the peace after the storm has passed. The relief when something didn't work out. The strange calm that follows what could have been disaster. You may never know the full list of dangers that were blocked from your path, but you can trust this. The reason you are still here, still breathing, still rising, is because your protection has never failed. Even in your lowest moments, the eyes on you never turned away. And here's what's even more powerful. This protection isn't just about survival. It's about preparation. High Command is not keeping you alive just so you can exist. They are keeping you alive so you can fulfill the destiny written for you. That's why your path looks different from others. That's why you can't settle for less. Why average never fits you. Why shortcuts never work for you. Your life is too important to be wasted. You were chosen to carry a mission that impacts more than just you, and that's why your protection is non-negotiable. Chosen one. This is your reminder. Stop questioning why you are still standing. Stop wondering why you were preserved when others fell. Stop doubting the worth of your existence. You are here because you are needed. You are here because your mission is alive. You are here because High Command has eyes on you, and they will not let your purpose be cut short. Every breath you take is proof of your assignment. Every victory proof of your covering. Every setback proof of your redirection. You are not just surviving, you are being positioned. And nothing, no enemy, no obstacle, no season, can remove what is divinely protected. Chosen one, the weight of your journey has always been heavier, because you were never meant to walk through life unguarded. You may have thought at times that you were forgotten, that you were fighting battles no one else could see. But the truth is this: you were never out of sight. High Command has had eyes on you from the very beginning, and that is why you've endured storms that would have destroyed anyone else. Your protection was never a possibility. It was a certainty. It was written into your destiny before you even took your first breath. Look at how many times your path was mysteriously redirected. That job that didn't work out. That relationship that suddenly collapsed. That plan you thought was perfect that fell apart at the last moment. At the time, you were frustrated. You wondered why nothing seemed to come easy for you. But chosen one, those failures were not rejections. They were reroutes. You were being steered away from traps you couldn't see. What felt like disappointment was actually divine intervention. If those doors had opened, they would have led you into destruction you were never meant to face. Your covering was active even when you thought you were being denied. And you've probably noticed another pattern. No matter how fierce the attack, something always comes through to preserve you. Enemies thought they had you cornered, but somehow you found strength you didn't know you had. Financial struggles weighed heavy, but resources appeared from unexpected places. People left you when you needed them most, but peace filled the space where their absence hurt. Over and over, you've experienced provision and survival that cannot be explained by logic. That is not luck, chosen one. That is protection. That is proof that High Command has been watching, and that your mission is too important to be cut short. What you carry is rare, and that's why your battles have been so intense. Ordinary lives don't require extraordinary covering, but yours does. You are not just living for yourself. Every lesson you've learned, every scar you carry, every truth you've uncovered will serve others who cross your path. That is why your story couldn't be destroyed in its early chapters. That is why your enemy's plans had to fail. That is why your survival has shocked even you. Because the eyes on you are not casual. They are committed. And when protection is non-negotiable, nothing can touch you without purpose. But chosen one, this covering doesn't mean life will be easy. It means life will be purposeful. It means that every storm you face carries meaning. Every setback carries redirection. Every delay carries preparation. Your path is guarded, but it is also designed to strengthen you. If you were shielded from everything, you would never grow into the strength required for your mission. That is why you've been through battles but never broken, wounded but never destroyed, stretched but never snapped. Your protection does not remove struggle. It ensures survival through it. And here's the truth that changes everything. You are not just surviving for survival's sake. You are being kept because your time is not yet complete. You still have assignments to fulfill, people to impact, truths to speak, light to carry. That is why you are still here. That is why your protection is unshakable. Until your mission is finished, nothing can remove you. Not enemies, not circumstances, not even your own doubts. The covering on your life is bigger than you, and it cannot be negotiated away. So walk boldly, chosen one. Stop fearing what could happen. Stop doubting whether you will make it through. Stop worrying about what's next. You have already seen enough proof to know that you are being guarded by something greater than you. High Command has eyes on you, and your protection is sealed. It is not fragile. It is not temporary. It is eternal until your purpose is fulfilled. Chosen one. By now you can feel it clearly. Your life has never been left unguarded, and it never will be. The battles you've survived, the storms you've endured, the betrayals you've overcome were never meant to break you. They were meant to prove one thing, that your protection is not up for debate. It's non-negotiable. The eyes of High Command remain fixed on you, guiding, shielding, and redirecting every step you take. And even when you thought you were walking alone, you were being carried. This is why your enemies are confused. They've thrown everything at you: lies, traps, rejection, loss. Yet somehow, you're still here. They cannot comprehend it, because they do not understand that the covering on your life is bigger than their schemes. Every failed attempt against you has become proof of the oversight surrounding you. You are not standing because you are lucky. You are standing because you are chosen. And chosen ones do not fall without purpose. But chosen one, this protection is also your reminder. Stop living in fear. Stop questioning your worth. Stop doubting whether you'll make it through the next season. Look back at your journey. The evidence is everywhere. You've been preserved, strengthened, and redirected time after time. What tried to end you only revealed how untouchable your destiny truly is. Your covering has never failed, and it never will. So hold your head higher. Walk with confidence. Know that every step you take is reinforced, every move you make is observed, and every breath you breathe is proof of your assignment. High Command has eyes on you, and your protection is guaranteed. Nothing, no enemy, no season, no obstacle can negotiate that away. Chosen one, this is the moment where everything comes full circle. You've walked through fire and storms, through loneliness and betrayal, and yet nothing has been able to erase you. The truth is undeniable now. Your protection has never been fragile, and it has never been optional. It has always been absolute. High Command has had eyes on you from the very beginning, and that oversight will remain until your mission is complete. That's why you are still standing. That's why every plan against you collapsed. That's why your story continues to rise when others expected it to fall. This revelation is not just meant to comfort you, it's meant to empower you. You no longer need to live as though your life is at the mercy of random events, enemies, or circumstances. You are covered. You are guided. You are secured. Your journey may carry battles, but none of those battles can remove you prematurely. The fact that you are here today is proof enough. No force, no failure, no season has been able to override what was written about you. So, chosen one, step boldly into this next chapter. Stop apologizing for your survival. Stop dimming your light to make others comfortable. Stop doubting whether you deserve the shield that surrounds you. You were chosen, and chosen ones do not walk alone. Every time you move forward, unseen forces move with you. Every time you take a risk, invisible strength upholds you. Every time enemies gather, their defeat is already written before they even begin. Remember this truth as you go forward. Your protection is non-negotiable because your mission is non-negotiable. The eyes of High Command are locked on you, and they will not turn away. Nothing can change it. Nothing can remove it. Nothing can stop what you've been set apart to do. So rise, chosen one. Move with courage. Walk with confidence. And live with the unshakable knowing that you are seen, you are guarded, and you are unstoppable and chosen one. Never forget. Your very existence is the evidence of victory. Each sunrise that greets you is proof you cannot be defeated. Each breath you take is a declaration that your purpose is alive. No shadow, no scheme,